Bass.
Dysfunctional Family, episode 50.
I ain't drop a bomb in a minute.
And only take
Oh my gosh.
action. Yo,
Okay, we just.
this is 50, baby. This is the big 5-0.
Yeah.
The big 50. The big fifth. Big fifth.
No,
Oh,
no.
sorry.
Mm-mm.
Battle rap.
Nope.
Took over me.
Not doing
Oh, man.
that. Yeah.
Congratulations, Mrs. Robinson.
Congratulations, my boy.
Wow, she's from Brooklyn. I'm being all polite and formal. And
Nobody asked you
my
for
boy.
that.
This is how Brooklyn women talk today, man. I hope y'all know. Like, this is
Yeah.
nobody asked you for that. I'm sorry, Earl Simmons. Rest in peace to DMX.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what? That's one of my favorite.
Everybody knows. And if
You ever saw him, you would even say it goes. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names.
What?
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright. I'm sorry, y'all. My throat is a little bit dry. I can't really finish it out.
Pause, bro.
Okay, see, this is supposed to be PG.
All right.
Kids
Well,
stuff.
welcome to episode 50, wherever you are listening from.
Yeah, like,
we are
we were-
grateful
Okay.
all around the world.
All around the world, literally. We
We've
check
been
our
getting
analytics.
downloads from. Yeah, you got
No,
it.
I'm just chiming in, piggybacking.
You ain't piggybacking. If
All right, I cut you off. But yeah, all around the world. Croatia.
But yeah, still took it. Go
I
ahead.
think Croatia is number 2.
Wow, Croatia.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it? Shout out to Croatia, though.
We got Nigeria, France,
Come on.
Great Britain, like all of our episode downloads. If you're downloading, listening via any streaming podcast platform,
It's a fact.
truly from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate you
appreciate it.
guys. Like, for real, for real. Thank you. Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah.
Travel down the road and back again. So we started right over here.
Can we get into this episode?
Oh.
Listen, this episode is brought to you.
That's another one of my favorite videos.
You gotta finish it. All right,
can't.
this episode is brought to you by Free the Souls Clothing.
Bada bing, bada boom. FreeTheSoulsClothing.com.
We just dropped some.
Not just, but
We just collaborated with Free the Souls Clothing, Dysfunctional Family, and we just dropped the Dysfunctional tees.
no dish.
For
Just
all the
functional.
people out here grinding, the mothers, the fathers, single fathers, married couples, singles, dating, but you are a parent. If you out here to try, with an effort rather, to not repeat the cycles of generations of trauma, of cyclic poverty, of poor diets and sickness in our family, man, we breaking all that. We ain't dysfunctional, we are functional. You know what I'm saying? This functional family.
Excuse me.
Come on, now when I talk about the sickness, this is bad promo.
No, I'm
It's
not
good
sick,
for
y'all.
the-
It's like a little dust right here because
It's
we
not
were.
good for the for the message. The cough
Right,
right
that's
through
why
the.
I'm trying to moisturize the throat. Pause.
Oh, hey, kids watch sometimes with their parents. All right, but yeah, these are available right now. We got some more colorways coming.
Oh, we do.
You can actually get a free one
If you subscribe to our
Instagram page for $2.99 a month. You actually get a free one shipped right to you. You ain't even got to pay shipping. We pay for it.
Like free, like for real free.
Like in the
Like,
quality.
no strings attached.
This ain't no
This ain't no Hanes, baby. This
shots,
ain't no
but this ain't no
Gildan.
Hanes, this ain't no Gildan,
Shots.
no Fruit of the Loom. It ain't no shots at anybody that
shots.
uses There are no shots.
Oh, no, at
anybody
people
that
who use
uses
it, no.
those companies to print your shirts.
Sorry, I didn't
I'm
mean
just
it like
saying,
that.
this ain't that.
It's not that.
Handmade,
Handmade.
spun,
Hands, all of that.
all that. So get yours. Also support Rest by Lynn. Restbylynn.com. Some of the best pillows in the world. I mean, come on. And Styles by Simone. If you need your hair done, holla at her on her DMs, right? DMs on Instagram. Styles by Simone. She do braids. That's her specialty, but she can do it all.
She does locks.
Locks, faux locks.
Yeah, some like ponytails and stuff.
Ponytails.
Whatever, hit her
shape
up.
ups.
She don't do shape ups, bro.
Women weaves, man weaves.
She doesn't do weaves either.
Well, if she sees this promo, she better go and learn it before she get clientele. Hey, it is what it is.
I have to text her right now. Go. I want to go lay down.
All right. Speaking of go lay down, this episode is also brought to you by Rest by Lynn. Listen, I'm right now holding one of the most comfortable pillows I have ever laid my head on. Ever. And I'm not saying this because this is a partnership. It's actually a partnership because I believe this is one of the most comfortable pillows I've ever laid on. Listen, hit up restbylynn.com. She's offering y'all a special discount only because y'all rocking with Dysfunctional Family. So go to restbylynn.com for all of your pillows. I'm talking
She got
pillows.
neck pillows.
Yeah, neck pillows
She
for
got
when you
couch
fly
pillows.
in. Couch pillows.
She got floor pillows.
Floor pillows.
If you want to go on a picnic, the oversized jumbo joint.
I mean, all the dope
pillows
pillows.
galore.
Y'all go to restbylynn.com. She has a special code just for you for tuning in. TFF15. All right?
15.
That stands for Dysfunctional Family. So TFF15, and you're going to get 15% off any of your orders. All right? I'm telling you, go. This is some of the best pillows you'll ever get. And they beautiful, too.
Beautiful. So many different Kente fabric.
It's just beautiful. All right. Rest by Lynn. Peace. Yo, let's get into this episode. Let me ask y'all a question. I'm going to ask y'all a question out there. Have you ever seen a couple on social media or somewhere in public, and it sometimes feels like they're attempting to be a good couple for the public?
Like pandering a bit.
Yeah, it's like, I want people to think we're happy.
Like the hot sauce in the pocketbook.
But it's not substantive. There's no like happiness beneath the look that you're going for.
Yeah.
That's what we want to talk about today. And this is not going to come off judgmental, but we want to talk about the distinguishing what it is to be an example that others are inspired by and a couple that lives for the public eye.
Which is a very thin line.
It's a very thin line. And we kind of want to talk through some of that nuance. And here's how this episode idea came up. So I was at an event and, well, actually, the event, I might as well say what it was. You know what I'm saying? I just graduated my master's. You know, you feel me? So my elder sister threw me the most amazing graduation party. Family and friends were there. And, you know, I'm just being me. You feel me? Amanda just being her. The family just being us. We're just enjoying ourselves. And then, like a week later, I was at an event that I had to perform at. I do music, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I was at an event that I had to perform at.
Hold on, I'm trying to tell them something. Tell them to go to Spotify so they can stream your music. All
right, we'll put that we'll drop that. But that's not what this is about. I appreciate you always supporting me. That's why I love you. Thank you, baby.
Hold on. I got to tell them something.
Right in the middle of my anecdote?
Yeah, because I don't see the light anymore.
Okay. The light on the camera? Got it. Our cameraman not going to check on that. We still going to roll.
Okay.
We ain't stopping.
Oh, okay. So we're here.
We still good. We rolling. But she's perceptive. See, this one, man.
Okay, I see the light.
You need Amanda in your corner, not
me.
Amanda.
Get your own.
Robinson.
Hey.
Sorry, too much information. I will make sure you blink out her middle name. I mean, I feel like they know your first and last. It's just like,
okay.
All right, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said your middle name because you hate it. But this is why you're so perceptive. I wouldn't even notice that I would have been shooting this whole time, and we wouldn't even notice that the camera light went out. Nevertheless, we still rolling. A week later, I'm performing at this event, and two of the people, close friends of the family, that were at the at my graduation party, the mother of those two people was like, let me tell you what my daughter was saying after we was at your party. And I was like, oh, okay, tell me what she said. And she was just like, Mommy, there really is hope. And I was like, hope in what? It's like, in love, especially black love. And I'm just like, okay, cool. And I was like, why'd she say that? And she's like, well, she was watching you and Amanda the whole night. And she was like, nothing seemed inauthentic. Nothing seemed like it was for show. And I'm like, that's wild because you know you're being watched because you're like a human and others are looking at you with their eyes. You don't know you're being received or like internalized. Like you don't always know that your life
Excuse me.
is a message.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
just being
sometimes you know
yourself.
that your life is being observed. You don't know that it's being absorbed.
That's good.
You get what I'm saying?
That's good.
And I think it kind of hit me off guard. Like, wow, I've heard it before, but it's just like the girl is young. You know what I mean? And she was saying, I didn't think it was real. I didn't think it was possible. And I'm like, oh wow, that was sweet. You know, but then it had me thinking like, well, why did it surprise me when we work as hard as we do to try to be as happy as possible with
Like
one
better
another?
people.
Yeah,
like
so
for
it's like,
ourselves, for each
should
other.
that surprise me? And then it's like, okay, I think I get why it surprised me. Because I think we're living in an age where it's easy to confuse somebody living in a way that inspires others and somebody living, especially couples, in a way that they just want other people to notice them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
I love
that's how we got to that. What you think?
Shout out to her though, because that really made
Me too.
me like it. It pulled at my heartstrings.
Ditto.
But I think, if we consider the culture that we're living in and the times that we're living in, we really are, I don't want to, out of the sake of redundancy, like, we are really living in a numbers-driven culture and a numbers-driven time. Like, the saturation of social media and just everything around us, you look for, like, likes and posts and affirmation from all of these external sources. And I actually saw a reel on Instagram a couple weeks ago, and a guy was talking about like weddings and marriage and how a lot of people think that the wedding is the end goal when it's really the starting point. You know what I mean? Like you think when you get to the wedding ceremony that you've arrived, I accomplished it, or you've gotten what you've needed to get from the relationship, made it to the wedding day. But the truth is, with or without the wedding, you still have to continue a relationship with this person, whether you get married on the beach in the Maldives or whether you get married at the Justice of Peace. Maldives, potato, tomato.
Yeah, do you think? Michael Jackson, Michael Blackson.
No, those are absolutely different people.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So whether you get married on the beach in Jamaica or at the courthouse, the wedding itself doesn't determine the fruitfulness and the health of the relationship. What happens behind closed doors.
Can you let it simmer? Pass me the keys to me, Bimmer.
Who am I?
Say that again. The wedding doesn't.
Yeah, where you are wed does not determine the health and longevity of how your relationship is going to be. It's the work that you do behind closed doors. So in this numbers-driven culture, we try to please people with the image of the relationship and posting. No couple is going to post their arguments like, "Oh, we just had a fight." You know what I mean? You're not going to take a selfie.
An argument selfie is wild.
Nobody's
arguments. Get your phone.
Ooh, he just got me so mad.
I'm mad at you.
Look at him. Like, you know what I mean?
Picture look better than yours. I got it in portrait. Look at your little stinking. It's portrait.
Nobody's gonna take an argument selfie. You post the best of yourself.
Sure.
On social media.
That's true.
But I think people are so consumed with the image of relationships rather than the substance of relationships. Like we care too much
right
what
now.
people see and not about the work that has to be done to be a true reflection of what they see. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just about, we look good, we're happy, but do we really look good behind closed doors? Are we really happy behind closed doors? So
yeah, that's good. I think so. For those that don't know, for a living, I'm clergy. So like a pastor.
Yeah, refer to
I don't
him
think
as
that, I don't
such.
think that comes out a lot.
Now in the
but
comments, say Pastor Dashawn.
no, please don't. This is
I
a
be
God.
calling him Pastor at home, and he be pissed off. What'd you call me?
This a Godcast, not a
I bought
podcast.
him a
You feel me?
smoothie this morning.
Yo, she got me
And I
tight. She's like,
said,
here, pastor. I was like, yo, can you chill?
"What'd you call me?"
Yo. But anyway, you made me forget my point for real. Oh, so I've officiated weddings and stuff like that before, and you just reminded me of something that I usually say when it comes to the rings. When nowadays we got these like really nice, elaborate, beautiful rings,
We sure do.
carrots, and all this gold and beauty and all this other stuff. And I say the wedding is sort of like going into the jewelry shop and looking in the case and picking the ring out. The ring is like the wedding. It's like the beauty, right? It's the glam. It's the glitz. But we don't see the mining that goes into grabbing the coal that makes the diamond. We don't see the fire that's put to the coal. We don't see the knives that come to the diamond to then shape them and give them their cut, their clarity, their color, right? So I think when you walk into a jewelry store, whether it's a private jeweler or whether it's, a chain of jewelry stores, you're walking in and seeing the finished product of something else that had to happen behind closed doors, that took heat, that took cutting, that took edging, that took a process.
Yeah.
So a lot of couples are trying to look like the ring in the case,
And ignore the process.
but ignore the heat that has to make the diamond shine, the cutting that has to make the diamond get its clarity.
Sure.
Like it's a whole lot that goes into the product that you see. And I think we're living in an age where the product is the goal, but it's also part of people's process.
Yeah, you can't neglect
They're
the
trying to
process.
product the process, if that makes like
I like it.
you know what I'm saying? It's like they're
Process.
trying to make every step of the way look like the ring, and that's
it's
not
not.
possible.
Yeah.
Some steps of the way it's going to look like a lump of coal. Some steps of the way it's going to be under a microscope. Some step of the way it's going to get cut. Some step of the way it's going to get under fire, right? Like some steps won't look like the product because it's not supposed to. It's process.
Yeah.
And we have to like look at relationships that way. And I think sometimes there's a thin line, as you mentioned earlier, there's a thin line between exemplifying a level of authenticity of love and responsibility with you and your spouse while not living it out for others to see and doing some of those same things, but it's for others to see. You know what I mean? So it's certain things that we got to realize. Some stuff that people see us do are generally what we do when these cameras are off.
Facts.
It's like genuinely, this is the way Amanda jokes is how she would roast when these cameras on. When we have cameramen here,
Probably more. Actually more.
yeah, this is curved to us, right? Like this is like some like packaged version of us, but like this is an authentic expression of what we are. And I think I don't even want to call it advice because I think we're all battling it, but it's something that's worth conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is in this numbers-driven, image-driven age where, I mean, there are tons of thousands of Black love and Black marriage pages, right, on your social media. There are these elaborate proposals and these elaborate weddings, and it makes for amazing visual content. That is not the goal. The goal is not to have your wedding go viral because somebody was crying at the altar. Because some of the tears that you cry at the altar will not be because you're looking at the most beautiful and handsome person in the world. Some of the tears that you will cry in your bedroom or in your home are going to be because you're seeing the ugliest side of that person that was beautiful at the altar.
Yeah.
And that's the part we have to like distinguish between like, I'm not out here living this out because I'm trying to make y'all happy. This is my priority right here. This is my priority. If y'all get a whiff of it because we choose to publicize it, so be it. But this is my priority. If y'all see how making her happy is something that inspires you, that's cool. but this is my priority. It's never going to be treating her right so that y'all can witness it.
Yeah.
Let's be clear, because I think sometimes they get confused and people like you will never see me giving her a kiss just because I want people to see PDA.
He don't even like PDA.
I don't. So if you see me giving her a kiss in public, it's because she wants it and she's the priority. So couples out there, make your spouse your priority, and then how other people absorb and receive that authenticity then becomes the product of what you put in. But how other people see you should not be your goal. It's how the person you're with receives you. And when they receive you well, it's gonna show. It's gonna show. I dare to say it's gonna glow. It's because it's gonna shine. Oh, she's happy. She's happy. She's happy. He's happy.
Hashtag facts. We happy.
You know what I mean? And I'm saying that in a generic way. I'm not saying that about us, even though I do feel happy. Right? I'm not saying that like, oh, they just trying to fluff up something for the public. What I'm saying is, couples, we live in an age where it can be so deceptive, where we're trying to make it look like we're this happy family because we have a social media or because we have, a public image that we have to maintain. When you maintain a private image, come on now, the public image fault, because you can't help but be you. Yeah. We got it backwards in this age. I feel like I'm getting talkative.
No, I'm about to let you finish.
I'm about to say I'm tapping into a different zone right now. We got it backwards. We're like trying to, all right, look good for the public. We'll handle it in private. No. Handle it in private. You'll never have to worry if you look good in public.
This reminds me of what Jay-Z, I don't remember what song it was, where he, Kanye was mad that he didn't show up to him and Kim's wedding or something like that because him and Beyonce had to reconcile whatever infidelity that was happening then. It's like, I can't be there for you right now because I'm with my priority. I got to fix home before we come to this public event. It's Jay-Z and Beyonce. There's going to be pictures. They're going to be all over social media.
Yeah, that's such a good example.
We can't do that.
And now Kanye's publicly mad because you messed up a public image. You're supposed to be my best friend. You're supposed to be my boy. Why you not here? And Jay's like, bro,
I'm with my priority. I'm reconciling.
I can't be out in the public broken like this.
Faking a smile, faking an image. That's how they ended up fighting in the elevator. You know what I mean?
A little Solange taking up for a sister. She threw a couple. I mean, Jay-Z, the Brooklyn came out because he didn't swing back, but you see his defense was like,
But when you take care of home, like you said, I love, and I wasn't going to stop you. You can keep going if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Yeah,
sorry.
You focus on. No, I'm just reemphasizing what you said. You focus on home. You focus on the priority of what you have built and are continually building and working on with your partner.
Yeah, I think the sequence. Is what I'm getting at. I think the sequence is twisted in our eyes. It's like because everybody has social media, because everybody has a YouTube, because everybody's starting a podcast, because everybody's an entrepreneur, because we have so many public personas that we think let's look good in public, and if we have issues, we handle it in private. When the reality is, invert that, handle business in private, and you won't have to worry about looking good in public.
Yeah, it won't be a show; it'll be true.
And it doesn't mean there won't, let's be clear, because I think sometimes people think in the comments, y'all be going crazy with the absolutes. It's like, obviously, I'm not suggesting that there will never be a moment where you're out to eat and there's a disagreement and you got to figure out how to handle that at home.
Of course.
That's not my suggestion. My suggestion is the more work you put in at home, the less likely you are to have a big, nasty disagreement in the public.
And the more discerning.
So now you don't have to fix something at home because you did the work at home before you came out in the public. That's what my suggestion is. Sorry, I just had to go there because I think we're just like a product we're a product of this generation that's image driven.
Yeah.
It's number driven. It's data driven. And not that those things are not important, but they should not be priority.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. But in considering all of that, because we know that it is a very thin line, tiptoeing between straddling the fence. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the right way to say it. Straddling the fence of like public image and private responsibility, I guess, to your partner. I think we also have to do some kind of recurring inventory and assessment to see what our motives are behind how we are interacting with our partner in public places. So I think one way to gauge the motives behind your expressions of love with your partner is to consider how you feel while you're alone with your partner. You know what I mean? So
No
are your
cameras.
expressions, yeah, well, no cameras, no nothing. We not out. We at home Netflixing and chilling in our pajamas on the couch. How do I feel with you? Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel safe? Do I feel happy? Can I laugh? Can I cry? Can I be my authentic self? Do I feel like, I'm just kind of passing time and I can't wait to go out? How do you feel when you're with your partner? And are your expressions of love the same behind closed doors?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to ask you for a kiss in public because our friends and family are around, am I asking you for kisses at home? If I'm asking you
Ooh.
to rub my feet because I had a long day at home, am I reflecting the same in public? Like, is who I am behind closed doors contrasting who we are in public? What are
Yeah.
your motives? How are you feeling? Are you the same? Are you making the same requests for like expressions of love? Are you expressing your love the same with your partner behind closed doors or in public? Because
Yeah.
that's a great way to test. Are we doing it for the likes? Are we doing it for the shares? Are we doing it so people can say, oh, they're so cute? Are we doing it for the compliments? Or are we really doing it because this is how I love you? This is how I show you that I appreciate our relationship.
Listen, at the end of the day, what's in the dark is always going to come to light. Do you know how hard it is to upkeep something that's not real in public, day after day, moment after moment, wedding reception after wedding reception, friends baby shower after friends baby shower, Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving, Christmas after Christmas, event after event? Do you know how hard that is? It's almost like when I think about the summertime, it's hilarious because like as a guy, you'll see guys do things like before they're about to go outside, let's say to the pool or to the beach, they try to get like a last minute pump in where it's like, oh, let me get these, let me throw like 50 push-ups in. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm about to put on this fitted shirt. Let me see if I could bulk up a little bit. But it's gonna wear off because it's not what you're regularly doing. Now, if you are regularly working out on your body, you don't have to try to get a last minute pump about something that's just already there. It's the same thing. If you're regularly working out in private, doing the relationship and emotional gymnastics and calisthenics, it's unlikely that in public you're just gonna randomly change and be this evil, nasty, terrible person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do you know how hard it is to control your tongue or to control your outbursts if you're not used to managing that in private?
Yeah.
I don't not scream because I'm in the public. I don't need, even if I'm in my home with just me and you, I don't need to be screaming at you. If I'm practicing it, not that it does, once again, the absolutes, not that it doesn't happen at all. What I'm suggesting is building a habit of, if I'm not screaming at you in my house, I'm not trying to fight every single bone to not bark at you at this restaurant when you got me tight. Because it's muscle now.
It's a
Now,
learned behavior.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I was watching this video, and God rest Tina Turner's soul. I was watching this video literally just yesterday. It was a reel on Instagram, and like the topic was like, "Oh, Ike not playing with Tina," and they're on a talk show, and the host asked Tina something, and she's answering, and then he asks Ike something, and as he starts to speak, Tina answers again. But you could tell it wasn't like intentionally trying to cut him off. It was like she's just in her flow and she's just talking. Young Tina Turner, young Ike. And you see his face. It's like on this national television, he's like, jaws clench, lips pursy, looking at her. And she's like touching his knee, rubbing his knee. He grabs her hand, throws it off of him on a national television show.
It's crazy.
But here's what I could tell. I could also tell he's trying to control himself.
He's not doing the work. It's taking everything in him to not
everything so much so that it's
not punch in the face.
spilling out of him that he's so frustrated that she cut him off. And I get the feeling like you're not being heard and getting cut off or being inconsiderate, but you could tell he was fighting like a
his natural
rage.
instinct
His
to just
natural instinct was to do something violent or to
Yeah.
do something that was harmful. And while this was posted as like a joke, like, yo, he's not playing, I'm looking like, yo, I see all the habits of what could possibly go on at home.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I think there's just like, to your point, it's like the everything that we're trying to be in public, it has to be worked on at home. Or else when you're in public, you're trying to do it. You're trying, you know what I'm saying? Could you imagine you just walking down 42nd Street and them guys that be working out there with the portable pull-up bars, they're like, yo, we got $50 for anybody that can do 10 pull-ups. And you never do pull-ups.
Couldn't
When
be
you
me.
get there, you're not going to get the money.
I'm
You
sure
could be
not.
in public and act like, I'm going to try. You're not going to get the money because you ain't do that in private. You haven't done that in private. And it's the same muscle. It's the same energy. If you're not working on speaking kinder to each other in private, then you're going to be fighting your tail off to not disrespect your partner in public. If you're not working to try to be more compassionate and considerate in private, you're going to be working your tail off to try to not do that or to try to do that or exercise that muscle in public. And I'm going to just name this. Another way that you can like sort of, I think you mentioned, you know, what do you like in private, right? But another way that you can sort out those differences in terms of it, are we doing this for the public or are we doing this because we just trying to live out an example that's inspirational to others and this is for us. You got to wonder, are there fruits of individuals or couples who have said something that you've done has changed their lives and it was something you didn't know you were doing?
That's good. Yeah.
When people come to you and say, yo, when y'all said blah, 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 and you're like, oh, shoot, I was just talking. Or when you did, or I saw the way she looked, or I saw the way he treated, but you weren't trying to do it, that's when you know you're doing it because you're living out an example of what God wants your relationship to look like, and you're not trying to do it for the public. When you are making impact on people and people are saying it impacts them, but you weren't trying to necessarily impact them. And you start gauging that and people start giving you those kind of like comments and feedback, then, you know, that's when you know you kind of like doing something that's more on the inspirational side than we're trying to impress the public side.
I love it.
Makes sense?
Yeah. So listen, y'all, I think the moral of the story is do the work behind closed doors. It just takes so much mental energy to be something that you are not. You know what I mean? It just takes so much pull out of you to just put on a show and pretend to be happier than you are, or just this person, this couple, this partnership that you're really not. If you are in a public space, you just need to take a step back to work on yourself. Hey, you have anger issues. Hey, you have trouble controlling your emotions. You crying too easily in public. You're arguing. Just take a step back. Take some time to recalibrate your relationship, recalibrate yourself. What do you need to do to be better to yourself, to be better to your partner? And again, it's a very thin line between like inspiring people and being this portrayal of something that you want. Because I think the issue here, and we're wrapping up, I think the issue here is, or one of the issues here is that there's a positive outcome for both. Like if I'm being my authentic self with you, like from our anecdote at the beginning of the episode, how the young lady was inspired by true love, and we were just being ourselves at the party, or if we were being completely false about who we were and we were putting on a show, the outcome is still the same. She still has hope in, she still has hope in true love, but the issue is now behind closed doors, we're struggling as people and we're struggling in our marriage. And you really just want it to be as authentic and pure as possible, because eventually that stuff it wears off.
I was just about to say, I actually think
it'll wear off after a while.
It wears off. Eventually, I think it hurts more for her to be brought high. Yeah. I actually disagree. I don't think they have the same result. I think they have the same
initially, I'm sorry.
Immediate result.
The same immediate impact.
Gotcha.
The immediate impact is that, I can find a husband to love me, or I can be in this healthily functioning relationship. Look at Amanda and Dashawn. And then God forbid something happens and shatters her dreams and her ideas of what love could be. You know what I mean? Immediately or initially she believes that true love exists. And then after a while it's just like, they're actually not, as consistent as I thought they were. They're not as happy, so.
Yeah. I was about to say the impact is worse to be brought high and then drop low. You know what I mean? Long term,
right.
But I'm totally in agreement with you with that. But yeah, y'all, be you.
Do the work.
The priority is your spouse. And when you focus on that priority, you don't ever have to clean up what y'all are in public, because who y'all are in private will show. It's time for this or that. I felt like a drop the mic, kind of ease out of the moment. This is the end. But we kind of got to pivot to this or that because this is a little brighter and more fun.
Brighter day, brighter day.
There you go.
Brighter day. All right, a child, would you rather?
What?
I'm getting into this or that.
Oh, this or that. All right, let's go. This or that time.
Would you rather have a child who cries about everything or laughs every time they get in trouble? Ooh. 3, 2, 1. Cries about everything.
That's hard though.
Because if you laugh every time you get in trouble, I'm gonna punch you in. Like, stop playing with me. Like, I'm not.
You're not punching my children.
They're not laughing in my face. They can like. I'd rather you cry. We figure out how to manage these emotions.
I think it's like super annoying. Like they cry about everything.
Yeah, but
like it's not like just getting in trouble.
I'm a really emotional
person. That's what makes it a hard thing. It's like they're crying all the time. I'm
emotional, so I'll comfort them while trying to like explain to them. So like I just can't take the laughing. I can't take the laughing. It's making me. I'm getting angry thinking about it. Like don't play with me.
You so Brooklyn. Good God. All right.
Not for long. All right. Next question.
All right. Would you rather always see your spouse? No, would you prefer your spouse dressed in elegant clothes, like custom-made suit or tux, something like that? For you, it would be like a gown, dress, cocktail dress, something like that. Or just super fly, but always dressed down. Like super fly clothes, but never dressed up.
Okay.
How do you prefer
Sorry,
to
my
see?
contact. Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Dressed down.
Oh, okay.
For me, it's like some of the stuff that makes you excited about, don't get it twisted.
Don't go nasty.
I'm not.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something about a dress or something.
Gosh.
Sorry.
No, that's you.
Sorry, I projected. I apologize.
Just to be clear.
Speaking about you in the gown.
The man looks good no matter what he has.
Oh, you feel me?
But I think for me, part of my decision here is that I don't know all of what makes a suit good. So you'll be really excited. Like, you'll see that? I'll be like, it's nice. That's nice. I don't know. See that? I don't know. Like, to me, it'll look like a regular suit. But he's so excited. I'm like, ooh, you see it? And I'm like, yep. So for me, it's like, just be dressed down.
Got you.
Do you, boo-boo?
I don't know if I have rationale. I think I like you in both. I think I just choose dressed down because I think it's more variety.
Okay.
I think it's like dress or skirt when it comes to like elegant, but dressed down is like you could be dressed down in a nice skirt in a way. You know what I mean? With denim or some other kind of
denim. What was that commercial?
Man, not right now. I think it was a Target commercial. But anyway, all right. Oh wait, who doing this?
It's me. All right. Would you rather your partner's or me breath always stink or my feet always stink? Breath or feet? 3. Wait. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Feet. Yeah, I think the breath thing is just more embarrassing. Like, other people can recognize
I was just about to say that.
Like, you're not
I was doing an episode about public image.
You're not going to be embarrassing me in public.
You just contradicted the whole episode, but my rationale is the same.
And then they're like, if you got stinky feet, we could put something in the socks.
At
put
church, they
put
can't
some
smell
peppermint oil in your socks or something. We'll try to rectify that. Just please.
Just leave your socks on when we,
breath is a lot closer.
Yeah. Nah, I'm with you though. It's like I wouldn't want sticky feet because now I'm thinking about like intimate stuff where it's like we got to be like fully, clothes off and stuff like that. But I'm also like,
put some socks back on, my boy.
You just put your socks back on, double up, baby. The 2 socks on.
That breath out of here.
Breath? All the time?
It's a no-go.
Embarrassing me in public? Messing up our public image? Huh?
But y'all go home and do the work now.
Huh? In private, you know what we working on, right? Gut health. That's why that breath always funky.
Okay.
You ain't eating right.
That is true.
Okay? Your breath always funky because you ain't eating right. Then we gonna work on flossing. See, we got a lot to work on in private. You're not gonna be embarrassing me in public with stinky breath. That's what's not gonna happen. Episode 50, we out. We'll see y'all later. You ain't gonna be embarrassing me. Think you're gonna embarrass me? Stinky breath.
He is.
feet.
You still talking? I took my headphones off.